Just one loud fart and you're dead. Today, we're ranking every biome in the game based on how livable they'd be in real life. Could you survive the frozen tundra or thrive in the heart of a dense jungle? Let's find out. We'll be judging these biomes based on key factors: resources, climate, safety, and how comfortable they'd actually be to live in. The rankings span from I'm dead within a day to I would thrive. The first biome is a new pale garden. This place has a creepy and eerie vibe that makes it a great place to live. Just kidding, I would be constantly paranoid and always running. But what makes it even worse is there is no food and no color, so it is ugly. Although it's scary, I feel like I would survive a day if I just hide in here. Here we have the cherry blossom biome. This biome is full of food, water, wood, and a beautiful environment. It is probably one of the most peaceful biomes in the game. The pink wood allows you to create unique structures that not many places offer in real life. The only things you need to worry about are an increased amount of lava pools and massive cliffs. I would live happily here. Here we have the Mesa, also known as the Badlands. This biome does not have much. It has no trees, little water, and no food other than armadillos. But what it does have is gold, and it has a lot of it. I would use this gold to become rich. Although I would be rich, the scorching sun will melt me into lava, which is why I am ranking it as I would survive a few weeks. The Birch Forest is peaceful and great for builders who love the aesthetic of birch wood. It's rich in basic resources like animals, wood, and flowers for bees. Food sources are decent, with plenty of wildlife and flat areas for farming. However, it lacks the diversity of other biomes and can feel a bit monotonous after a while. I would thrive because I love birchwood. And if you guys are actually enjoying the video, a like would be appreciated because I am a small channel. Thank you guys, I love you. Living in the Nether Waste is a bold choice. Food sources are scarce, limited to hoglins and bartered supplies from piglins. Shelter would need to be made of non-flammable materials, and the constant threat of lava and hostile mobs makes survival here incredibly tough. On the plus side, resources like quartz, gold, and lava are abundant if you can handle the danger. I feel like I would burn to death within a day, so I'll rank it here. Run, run, run! Jungles are bursting with life, but survival here is a mixed bag. Food sources include melons, cocoa beans, and the occasional chicken or ocelot, though good luck catching them in the dense undergrowth. Bamboo might be fun for pandas, but it's not much use for you. Building is a nightmare as vines and trees take over any cleared space. On the bright side, you'll never be short on wood or scenic views, so it is pretty livable. Oceans are vast and resource rich, but livability depends entirely on your ingenuity. Food sources include fish, kelp, and the occasional drown drop. Building an underwater shelter is possible but resource intensive, requiring materials like glass or conduit power to breathe underwater. The ocean offers safety from land mobs, but guardians and drowned are constant threats. It's a biome with potential but demands serious preparation. Think about it in real life. Could you survive being out in the middle of the ocean? Probably not for long, which is why I'll put it here. Deserts are a challenge. Food is scarce, unless you're raiding a nearby village for wheat or stealing treasure from desert temples. There's no passive wildlife for meat, and the only green you'll see is the occasional cactus. Water sources are rare, and the heat would be unbearable in real life. But deserts have one advantage. Vast stretches of open land make it easy to spot approaching dangers. Just watch out for the constant barrage of husks at night. I could survive, but be in pain from the blazing sun. The plains biome is the breadbasket of Minecraft, literally. With abundant animals like cows, sheep, and chickens, plus flat terrain perfect for farming, food is never a problem here. Villages are common, offering shelter, crops, and trading opportunities. Resources like stone and wood are nearby, though you might have to travel a bit for coal or iron. The downside, weather can be unpredictable, and there's no natural defense from hostile mobs. I would thrive here. The deep dark is the stuff of nightmares. There's no food, no animals, and no safe way to farm. The biome is rich in resources like diamonds, but mining here is a death wish. Every noise risks summoning the warden. Building a shelter is possible but requires absolute silence, as even placing blocks can set off skulk sensors. Living here would be like playing an endless horror game, and unless you're a thrill seeker, it's best avoided. Just one loud fart and you're dead. Which is why I'm placing it here. The swamp is a tricky place to live. It's great for specific resources like slime, sugarcane, and clay, but food sources are limited unless you start farming. The terrain is uneven and filled with water, making building and traveling difficult. Watch out for witches, which can spawn near huts, and the constant wetness might make life feel pretty grim. I would say it's pretty livable. You just might get malaria from mosquitoes. The savannah is a decent mix of comfort and resources. You'll find plenty of animals like cows, sheep, and chickens for food, and villages are common, offering crops and shelter. Acacia wood is abundant for building, and the terrain is mostly flat, making it easy to construct your base. However, the dry conditions might make farming less productive, and the lack of rivers or lakes means water could be an issue, but it is a livable biome. Mushroom fields are the closest thing to a safe haven in Minecraft. No hostile mobs spawn here, and mushrooms provide an endless supply of mushrooms too. The downside, there's no wood or farmland, so building materials and variety in your diet will require trips to nearby biomes. Still, if you're okay with a quiet vegetarian lifestyle, this biome is an unmatched paradise for survival. I would thrive in this biome. The Stony Peaks biome is rich in minerals, with exposed ores making mining a breeze. However, it's not great for long-term survival. There are no food sources, no farmland, and barely any animals. The terrain is difficult to navigate, and building requires leveling large areas. It's a fantastic resource gathering spot, but far from livable. I would survive a few weeks. Lush Caves are a hidden gem of survival. Glowberries provide a renewable food source, and the natural beauty makes them an amazing spot for creative building. Water is abundant, and clay and azalea trees add unique resources. The only downside is the lack of natural sunlight, which makes farming above ground crops impossible. Still, it's one of the most livable underground biomes. This Tandra is a cold, barren wasteland. There's no natural farmland, animals are scarce, and the icy conditions make travel difficult. Your main food sources would be fishing through frozen lakes or hunting the occasional rabbit. Shelter is critical, as exposure to the elements could be deadly in real life. Wolves can be your allies here, but without wood or other resources, this biome is one of the harshest to survive, and I will survive a few weeks. Run, run, run! The dark forest is as ominous as it sounds. It's rich in resources like wood and mushrooms, and the flat terrain is good for building. However, the constant shadows mean mobs can spawn even during the day, making it dangerous to navigate. Food is limited to what you can scavenge or hunt, and the dense trees make it hard to keep track of your surroundings. But I would still say it is pretty livable. The taiga is a cold, forested biome that provides solid survival potential. You've got plenty of spruce trees for wood and lots of wildlife, including foxes, wolves, and rabbits. Villages and igloos often pop up here, offering shelter and crops. The cold climate might be tough, but the abundance of resources makes it a decent place to settle down. If you don't mind the chilly atmosphere, I do not like the cold, so I will survive, but be in pain. The Mangrove Forest is a tricky but rewarding place to live. Mangrove wood is plentiful, and fishing provides a steady food source. The terrain is challenging, with thick roots and waterlogged soil, making travel and building difficult. However, its unique ecosystem and abundant water resources make it a great choice for creative survivalists. I would say it's pretty livable if you don't mind crocodiles. Stunning, but unlivable. The Ice Spikes biome is one of the harshest in Minecraft. There's no wildlife, no trees, and no natural farmland. Food is practically non-existent unless you travel to a neighboring biome. The ice might look cool, but surviving here would be nearly impossible without constant trips for resources. The End Highlands are eerie, but surprisingly calm once you avoid angering endermen. Chorus fruits provides a renewable food source, but the lack of trees, water, or any other resources makes long-term survival challenging. You need to bring supplies from the overworld to make this biome livable. I will put this here simply because there's no water and the dragon would probably eat me. Let me know what changes you guys would make to these rankings. I love all of you. Thank you for watching. See you later.